Good show playing today.
Yes,
Mike
sir.
got a crack in his headphones.
Yeah, that
Okay.
shit just made me very upset.
Mike is very upset.
I picked my
Um,
headphones up to put them on before we started recording, and I just looked at it and just said, "Damn, where did this come from?"
damn,
I'm slightly upset right now. These Beats headphones, they a little fragile anyway,
they
but
can be.
they can be very fragile unless you
It,
get the Studio Pro, the ones that DJs be wearing. You got to get
them
those.
too.
Them I never had those.
I had them.
These are the pros, but they not
You
the
know,
the
I
big
had
big ones.
the big ones.
Those are the ones that I want to try.
I wanted to check out the Apple joints,
The
but
Apple, they got
they
they got
like,
these.
yeah, them
You think?
motherfuckers like 500 though.
Ooh,
Yeah,
can't do that.
maybe when I'm on my shit, you know what I'm saying? When I'm back on my shit.
When we're not broke,
Right, basically.
as the shirt says.
When the kids get older,
Yeah, there
when
you go.
when all of the kids are 10, so basically 50.
They
Damn,
about to know.
Mike. Um, have you started watching Stranger Things yet?
Nah, I said I was gonna start watching it this week though. I
You
might, I
got
might,
to,
I might start on tomorrow.
Mike.
Got to
It,
start on it tomorrow.
Mike, it might
Yeah,
enter my top five.
might enter the top five. Your top five been shake. You've been
It's
you've
been,
been you've been entering and taking out of your top five
yeah,
since Game of Thrones.
yeah.
So your
But
top five
between
has
but
been
between Ozark and this, especially Stranger Things, G, this first half of the season,
okay.
they got it, G.
By the time the second half of the fourth season starts, I'll be caught up.
Oh yeah, because that's in July.
Okay, cool. So I got time.
Yeah,
I said I'm gonna start. I told the wife that I was like, we're gonna probably have to start watching this shit this week.
yeah. Hey, Mike,
That was next on the list. So yeah, I'm on it.
Mike,
I'm on it.
Mike is a must.
I'm with it. I'm with
It's a must. That's gonna be a great show today, man. Some dude pod 130. 130, man. Make sure you rate,
Okay.
like, subscribe, download wherever you get your favorite podcast.
Yes, sir.
But you go ahead and follow us on Twitter, Some Dude Pod. I forgot to send you the joint, but that's because it's been like hella busy. It's been hella busy these last couple of
I
days.
just need the password to the Twitter
I
account.
got
I
you
don't know
today. I got you today. I swear I got you today. But it was hella hectic these last couple of days, G. And then the weekend too. Had some fuck shit that happened yesterday. We was driving to and some shit hit the car.
Mm-hmm.
So now we got to deal with that shit. Um Work been getting on my nerves. Um
I get it. I get it.
I had went to the eye doctor on Friday. And remember the
Okay.
last time I told y'all last year when I went to the doctor that they diluted my eyes and shit and I couldn't see?
Yeah.
It happened again.
Okay.
But they didn't tell me they was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I get there and Shorty like, yo, I need to dilute your eyes. I'm like, fuck. But this time for part two, my dumb ass was driving.
Yeah.
See, last year I was staying with my parents at the time.
Yeah.
So, I could just walk from the spot. This time my ass drove. When I say that was the hardest drive ever, Mike, I'm only here because of God's grace.
Oh my God.
As I fam, the expressway became so unfocused, G. If I didn't just know how to get home, I wouldn't have made it. I would have to be on the fucking express on the shoulder for about 4 hours.
Wow.
Because that's how much
Where's the
long
eye
it took.
doctor at?
In Bolingbrook.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
So it's like the eyes are good. It's like normal eye shit or what?
Yeah, well, my father has glaucoma. My uncle has
Okay.
glaucoma. So, you got to take that shit.
My mom
And
has it too.
yeah, so now, she like, yeah, we see the strain. So I got to go back on the 9th to confirm that a brother got glaucoma. Hello, 40. Hey. But yeah, that shit was was, ran into one of my homies from high school on the elevator and shit.
Okay.
He was getting off, I was coming on, and it's like, damn, no 40-year-old niggas in the hospital, going to the doctor and shit. Yeah. But yeah, man, that trip. And then plus the police, so that was also Trey's last day of the second grade.
Okay.
And funny
Shout out to
shit,
Trey. Congratulations.
and the funny thing is when I was about to pull off, he was getting off of the school bus. And then I see his face and he's crying.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you crying for? Fam? What happened on the bus? I'm thinking dad time, about to go whoop a kid's ass. And my man was like, I just, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, what is you talking about, fam?
Yeah.
He was sad that it was the last day of school. He's the only person that I've ever seen in my lifetime cry because it was the last day of school.
I think at that age, it'll start being more of like he's excited once he gets a little older. Because my daughter used to be the same way. Now she can't. Her
As
last day
that
of
is.
school is tomorrow. She ready.
Ready.
She ready to get up
Yeah.
out of there. But I think at that age, like second grade, third
Okay.
grade,
So I got
kids
to.
still have a love for school. Like
So let
they
me ask
get
you a question, Mike. Let me ask
yeah,
you a real question. When was the grade when you was like, fuck this shit? Fuck school. I'm tired of this shit.
high school.
Hmm.
I think I legit missed like eighth
Yeah.
grade, like eighth, seventh, sixth, seventh, eighth grade, bro. It was like peak times during school. Like shit was fun. It was fun. So
Damn.
I miss eighth grade. But then when we got to high school, I mean, still obviously you have fun times in high school, but like I miss eighth grade, seventh and eighth grade, like legitimately. Like that's the last time I probably was like excited to go to school. I never got excited to go to school
Hmm.
after that. Unless high school, obviously, we ain't have to wear uniform no more. So we was excited to get fresh and wear what you want to wear. And high school experiences is you get excited about all that shit. But once you get in that classroom, you're like, fuck this shit.
Mike, it was the third grade for me.
Third grade for you?
I
I
was
enjoyed grade school, bro.
was
I
tired
enjoyed it.
and enjoyed it. Still be like, yo, I can't wait to this.
I kind of I was excited to go to school, bro.
Nah, Bang wasn't. I'm tired of this shit. Can we hurry up and get to June? That was me.
That's true. Hey, I ain't mad at you. Hey, you know what too? Oh, it's crazy that you just said. I want to ask you this question too. So, like you said, you was going to turn into dad. You like get into that dad mode. Have you ever had to get into dad mode on a child, like that was fucking with your child or something?
No, but I got into big brother mode with my little brother because these kids was picking on him. And I told the kids I beat their ass. And they was like 7. Mind you, I'm 13 years older than my brother.
Yeah.
So it's different. I'm different, big brother. But these kids was fucking with my. I beat both of y'all ass. And my cousin was like, man, stop yelling at them kids like that. Like, man, you ain't got no little brother like that, fam. Like, your
Yeah.
brother's around the same age. You're not about to pick on my 4-year-old brother, fam. I'll beat your ass out here.
Right.
And he's like, oh shit. But no, I haven't, like, as a dad though, nah, but that's because I learned that all of the kids are scared of me. Like Trey said that I wasn't in this, I didn't like visit his second grade class.
Mm-hmm.
And the first grade, I visited his first grade class and his kindergarten class. And the first grade kind of stopped like when the pandemic happened. So when they saw me in their class, they was like, "Oh shit, that's big.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with Trey." Kindergarten, yeah, we ain't messing with Trey. Trey said, "Yeah, they scared of you because you bigger than everybody." So
Yeah.
that's a greatness to being fat when you have kids.
Okay.
And I'm not toned, as you see. Like I'm not like
Like
not
you
like
ain't.
swole fat.
Yeah.
I want to be swole fat for 40. I want to get swole fat.
Gotta
You
hit that
know,
gym, baby.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. But either way it goes, like yeah, my son, like they scared of you because you big. So yes,
That's
I don't have to
funny.
be threatening. I don't have to hit niggas with the Mr. T looks and shit. It's like nah,
Right.
I just walk up in there, and I don't smile a lot either. So it's like,
Yeah.
nah, don't fuck with him. What about you?
I
Like,
asked that question because when I pick I pick my daughter up from school every day. So like when I walk to go get her because her school is like literally down the street. So I kind of I'm always been observant when she's on the playground and who she talks to, because my daughter, she's real shy, but she's a nice girl. Like she's one of those girls that she's very proper, she's
mm-hmm.
always nice and everything like that. So I be kind of make sure like none of these kids be fucking
People
with my
try to
baby,
take
try to take
advantage of that
advantage
shit.
of her.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because kids be like that,
Oh
specifically.
hell yeah.
So I've been waiting for my moment, but I haven't found that moment yet. That moment hasn't came along yet. But I always keep my eye on that shit. Because I turn up on a child in a second. Man. I don't give a fuck. I be waiting on a little boy to say something to her. Like, keep my eyes on this shit.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll be like, damn, not yet. But it's coming though. I feel like it's coming sooner than later though. But now she's gonna go to 6th grade. I know the older she gets,
Ooh,
yeah, her last
that
day of
was
5th grade is tomorrow.
that. Now, while 3rd grade was the grade that I was just like, man, fuck this shit. Let's skip this shit.
Yeah.
6th grade was the best way of saying it is the first time I felt like I was grown
Yeah. I
in
can understand.
school, like
Yeah.
that I was older and this ain't the same. I was
Mhm.
going, especially with the school we was going to. Like we was going to Michelle Clark.
Mhm.
That's different. That's life.
Yeah.
That's real. Girls pregnant in the 7th grade type shit. I'm not trying to scare you, Mike. I'm just saying there was a girl pregnant, like she was in the 7th grade. Like damn, fam, for real.
Yeah.
Like that's when really like gangs was in play.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's when I forgot my first what you is conversation.
Okay.
6th grade was the first, and what you is. Oh, I don't know what you mean, fam. Like I ain't get that in the 5th grade. 6th grade, I had to pick a gang now. Like,
Damn.
And
Yeah.
Michelle Clark was number 4, so I still
Okay.
didn't pick a gang, but I knew who to be friends with.
You knew who to be cool with though.
Yeah. You knew who to be cool with. Like,
Yeah.
start like 6th grade was the turn up. So,
Yeah.
like, I'm not worried about Trey until the 6th grade. That's
Okay.
when you really start smelling yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we was trying to get hoes in the 6th grade, Mike.
For sure. For
At
sure.
5th grade, it was like,
Maybe now I want to talk to her, but yeah, 6th grade it started. That's when it
6th
started.
grade, 6th grade is like, oh
Yeah,
nah,
bro.
fuck a juicing. oh man, like, oh yeah, that's so. I ain't trying to scare you, Mike.
Yeah, I'm definitely the day by day, the older she gets, bro, it's just I'm getting more petrified as the days go, and I know that I'm gonna have to get into dad mode on a child eventually. I know it's coming.
Yeah.
Whether it's a little boy, whether it's a little girl, that one of them the little ghetto ones that's what I'm saying might be talking crazy to my child or something. I don't know yet, but it's coming. I think it's coming. So
Ooh,
pray for the
man.
kid. Pray for the kid. We're gonna see. But my daughter's going to 6th grade officially. She'll be in 6th grade. So the last day is of school is
well,
tomorrow. Oh yeah.
Congratulations on that, man. Trey be
For
in the
sure.
3rd grade. We getting landed prepared for preschool activities, and Landon is Land. I mean, Liam is Liam. So
Liam.
yeah, get it ready. Like Trey, and see, Trey, like your daughter, Trey is like that too. He's real nice. Want everybody to be friends.
There
Shit.
you go. Yeah.
That ain't me. I already told him, like, G, them your classmates, them ain't your friends. They ain't none of them been over here.
Yeah.
I ain't been over there. I ain't did the dad barbecue. Like, hey, how you doing? Hey,
Mm-hmm.
how you doing? Hey, I'm Trey's son. Like, I've not done that. Like, we've not been invited to a play date or something. I don't even know if that happens. Like, nah. But now I got.
I don't think they do that with boys. I think it's
I don't know
different
what the
with
fuck
boys.
they do.
With boys, I think I don't think that exists with boys. With
I
girls,
know what I want to do.
Girls' play dates is normal.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
a
know,
normal
but
thing.
like I guess our play dates was always going over somebody's house and playing the video game. But
Yeah.
I know I got to get them ready to fight because in 3rd grade is where I had my first in-school fight.
Well, look, check this out. Trey gonna have no problem in that area. I saw Trey live in action. But I think he did a suplex or something or somebody
Yeah, he
at the
did.
barbecue.
Yes, he did. The boy was like 10 years old too.
I was like, look at him. Trey good in that department. I don't
And
think
then
you
go
worry
come
about
back
that.
to the house talking about some why you ain't help me. Nigga, you are 7. I am 39, fam. Like,
I think
I'll
if
go to
anything,
jail.
you just gotta work with him on his hands. But I think when it comes to
Yeah, I gotta work with him on his hands.
if they gotta like, what I'm saying, throw somebody, I think he good in that
Yeah, I gotta
department.
work with him on his hands. Like he gotta steal off somebody. He can't just try
Right.
to grab
Yeah,
somebody.
you ain't gonna be able to yeah.
He gotta steal off somebody. He gotta let them hands go. Like bing bing. Don't fuck with because see, thing is when you wrestle a kid, like when y'all fight and y'all wrestle and everything, that could go either way. So you ain't really worried about that. Now you have to bink a kid to let that kid know that I will not be bullied and none of your bullshit will not be tolerated.
Facts.
You can't just try to grapple a nigga and put him in the razor's edge.
Mm-hmm.
You can't try to hit him with a wrestling move. No, you gotta wow. Oh,
Yeah.
Trey know how to fight. And
For sure.
that's when you go. Oh, he know how to fight. I'm not gonna mess with him. So that's what's got to happen.
Oh,
Hey man, let's go ahead and get this pod started because I think it's a great day, man, to be a man.
for sure.
Today is a great day to be a man. It's a great day. I really want to start though. I really want to get this out the way because this might be the I would. I'm trying to. I'm trying to get the right word,
Mm-hmm.
but this might be where I'm probably my most angriest.
Okay.
So I want to get it out the way now because I
Okay.
want to be able to celebrate Johnny Depp
Okay.
for showing men that we do win arguments.
Okay.
And city boys are up.
We up. We up. Right
We
before the
up.
summertime, baby. Right before the
Right.
summertime.
He get basically 15 mil before it's over with, fam.
Yes,
Shit.
sir. Yeah, shout
What
out
we
to Johnny
talking
Depp,
about,
man.
man? So shout out to Johnny Depp. And we're gonna get to the urban AC debates
Yeah.
and all of them shits. But Noriega put out a tweet about black media and celebrities, about no black celebs and how, you know, hey, don't fuck with us at certain periods of time. They tried to throw it out there and say that he was talking about Cardi. Definitely ain't the case, even though it was a coincidence that she did like the David Letterman episodes from David Letterman show on Netflix. My next guest means no introduction had came out. These are the tweets that Noriega threw out there. He said, I've been the best to this culture. I've always put hip hop first. And I see you guys go to Ellen and David Letterman and Zane Lowe's and treat them with more respect in the culture. But you say you want black excellence. David Letterman is my favorite, but man, why go there or Ellen before millions of dollars worth of Game Joe or the champs or even Twitter? Shit. I'm gonna be honest. Even going to Oprah, Gail is trash at this point. We control our culture. Why go outside of it? This is definitely one of those situations where I see both sides. I see both sides. I am very see celebs go to certain people. Media is who they go to. And I wouldn't even call it white media because I watch David Letterman is my favorite host. And it ain't even close. I used to watch and study David Letterman. I used to get pissed if I went to sleep before the top 10 when he was doing the top 10 on CBS show. I love David Letterman. And David Letterman to me is one of those people that get a pass because you. David Letterman interviews you for the most part. That's how I interview people. I want to try to learn some shit that I ain't never learned before. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I hear David Letterman, when I see David Letterman with Cardi B, it's almost like a learning experience for Buddy. Now you're going but even doing that whole 6-episode joint, my favorite episode was with Ryan Reynolds. That episode where he interviewed Ryan Reynolds, I learned more about Ryan Reynolds than I've ever thought to learn about in my life. And I think right? But you still take the time to show prep, so to speak. You don't want to come out there and be bad, right? And stuff like that. And I think when it comes to some of our media, that's what we do. Or not. We want to talk about the gossipy shit to go viral.
You hitting everything that I was gonna say. Let me ask you this first.
Go ahead.
You hitting everything on their head right now. But you also so bang, Let me ask you, as somebody who does media, somebody who's very knowledgeable about
I'm decent.
sports entertainment, music entertainment, just entertainment in general.
Yeah,
You were very knowledgeable.
I'm
And
decent.
okay,
I'm still learning.
yeah. But and somebody that's about the culture, about black excellence, that would be you, correct? You all about seeing black people win,
Yeah,
correct?
hell yeah, hell yeah.
But
And not just about black people. Like I get specific. It's not just black people, it's the homies.
facts.
Like I even told you when I did this podcast, like I want you to do this podcast for me because I want you to see, I want you to do more. I still want you to do more,
It's
and that's
coming.
part of why I want people around me to win. So it ain't I'm very selfish in my space when it comes to that. So
There you
yeah,
go. So with that being said though, you say that your favorite interviewer is David Letterman.
by
David
far
Letterman is white
it's fuck.
as fuck, old and white at that. But David Letterman is very great at what he does. Now, what does that say when you're all about the black culture and about, you know what I'm saying, the homies winning, but your favorite interviewer is David Letterman? So, what does that
Um,
say?
so
That
I'll tell you what it means to me.
yeah.
To me, it means that certain people just haven't had opportunities. Or it's what we consider them. Because David Letterman might be my favorite by far, but old Arsenio Hall,
Mm-hmm.
I loved
Yeah.
like in watching his interviews. I love watching old Arsenio Hall, the first incarnation of the Arsenio Hall show. Low key, I love the entertainers with Byron Allen.
Mm-hmm.
I like I like seeing Byron Allen go into your home and have a conversation. That's why a couple of weeks ago, I told you that one thing I would love is for people to come in my home and have an interview
Yeah.
instead of like, because I want them to be in a comfortable space. So for Byron Allen to have to, to come to your mansion and everything, you really got to mess with Byron Allen.
Yep.
When I see Ryan Clark and Fred Taylor and Channing Crowder, the pivot, in some cases come to your home and do an interview. I like that because it's nothing more comfortable than the crib.
Absolutely.
So I love those people, but David Letterman is because he's quirky. And again, you learn something. He's quirky. He comes at it in like a little bit of a comedian perspective.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't trying to be too serious.
Yep.
And some people, and he's not trying to create a moment, but if it happens, so be it.
Yeah.
Like one before you go, one joint, the interview he did with Madonna, where Madonna like stood on the
Yep.
the desk and everything.
Yep.
He ain't try to create that moment, it just happened.
Yeah.
And here's another thing. It's well, no, I'll pause on that part. But David Letterman is my favorite interviewer
Mm-hmm.
because he's not even trying. It's a legit shit. And you get up on there, you get up on in that seat, and it's like you having a conversation with Dave, and you having a conversation with Paul Schaefer over there in the band. You probably fuck around and have a conversation with the audience too. You fuck around, he takes you around. Like even when he goes outside and he do those interviews, it's just quirky. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I do my interviews, that's how I do it. I'm not really trying to get in depth. And I think when I try to get in depth, I fail.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll salute Leon from my wing. And I know I've been doing it a lot lately, but he helped me do that. And it's funny because David Letterman's interview series on Netflix, if you notice, the chairs are basically the same every episode.
Yeah.
That was my thinking for the what. I
Mm-hmm.
get two chairs. Those two chairs go wherever we go to do the interview with.
Yeah.
And we have a conversation. And Leon was like, nah, that ain't you. We did the Mac Wild's interview. And he was like, let me do this. Like working with Leon made me interview a lot better because then I was able to just be me. And then by being me, he came over the top with the animation and the videos and everything to accentuate everything that I'm doing. And it, to me, made a perfect marriage to where if I was anywhere bigger, or I even put it like this, if I was as big as y'all see me, that shit would have been on TV. That shit was way before its time.
Yeah,
You see people
absolutely.
trying to do that shit now. And that's where I'll stop and let you go for
Yeah,
any other questions.
yeah. When I see Nori put that tweet out and he, you know, says all of those things about, you know what I'm saying, black artists and what they do when they go to other platforms. I see that as, I understand the frustration because the emergence of so many different outlets now being created. Joe Budden podcast, $1 million worth of game. Even on the sports side, like you said, the pivot, I am
Mm-hmm.
athlete, all of these icons, these sports icons, these athletes, and you know, these rappers and everything like that, creating their platform to, you know what I'm saying, be able to, you know, give interviews to other artists who might not be able to make it on Ellen or make it on, you know, David
So
Letterman.
pause on that, and I'm glad that you said that. The thing is people don't understand podcasting is still new.
Yeah.
So to some people, going to, even though it's a video element to it, like, you know, going to the Joe Budden podcast or going to $1 million worth of game, and we so could tell you all about that. Just
Mhm.
text him. He'll tell you his experience. You know, going to you know, drink champs and everything. Podcasting is still new. And this is probably gonna be the Bang gets his frustration part of it. That's why I want to do this first,
Yeah.
because I want to end the pod on a fun light.
Yeah.
But I didn't know podcasting was podcasting in 2009, and I was trying to start a podcast network. Didn't
You were
know that
trying
that
to
was doing it.
start a podcast that's where, not knowing that it was actually
And it wasn't even
podcasting.
and it wasn't really a term in 2009. And
Yeah.
when I was at ICB, I was telling them, you can now, podcasting is alive and well. If you remember, I used to put episodes on the platform, and it used to go to Apple Podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, then you get the app in your phone, so now you could take, if you miss certain interviews and everything, you could have took them wherever you went. And the school wasn't trying to hear that podcast shit. This is 2013, 2014, Mike. This is 2013, 2014. Like, look, do this podcast your shit, take it here, boom, 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 boom. And people were looking at me like I was crazy. Students and niggas on Windy City Underground staff alike
And do you think
was
that,
looking at me crazy
yeah,
because podcasting wasn't shit then.
I was about to say, do you think that it was because at the time, the only time we can really see interviews was either on TV or on YouTube?
No, part of it is yes, but for the most part, nobody wants to touch anything new. Internet radio was still like, hey man, so where can we listen to you at? You not on GCI?
Mm-hmm.
That's why we were able to get the artists that we got, and it turns out that some of those artists are the biggest artists in the world because we gave them their first spot. They didn't have like Stephen Barry. Yeah, Barry's right. I used to notice this Barry's in, but Barry did take my advice. But at that time, the Breakfast Club. Let's put it like this, right? The Breakfast Club is not the Breakfast Club if it's not for Ray J. If Ray J does not get on there and does what he does, we're having a different conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was a big viral moment for them to help elevate those videos and everything. And then that's when you start seeing, all right, here go the momentum. Let's go. But again, podcasting, nobody was really talking about that shit. Let me, Apple, go to my phone and I can listen to you. You're not on the radio. It's a thing about being on the radio. It's a thing about being on TV. And podcasting was not that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that is. Now, you keep going, you keep going, you keep going, you keep going. Let's go to when I'll say 2014 when I started listening to Combat Jack. And yes, the Fab and Diddy story. Like, I go start listening to Combat Jack, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is what they're doing. Because I'm just putting interviews up. They're actually really doing original shows. Fast forward that to 2016 when I get to DC.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the person's name because he later lost his job, but I had to talk to him about podcasting. He was like, "Oh wow, people do these things."
Yeah.
It's still now, even in 2022, it's still a. Oh, you got a podcast? How many people listen to your podcast? How many downloads you get? How many views you get on YouTube? Yada 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 yada. Some of some of the people who have podcasts, who you know and love, either get their views through YouTube or they get their view or their listens through the DSPs.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a lot of times consistent with each other. So as a PR person, this is where I get to PR. It's not necessarily the artist. It's the PR person who puts that down and say, hey, I think you should go here. The PR person the PR person's job is to get you on as many eyes as possible. And as much as I love Nori, as much as I listen to $1 Million Worth of Games sometimes and some of these other podcasts, you will never get the look like David Letterman will have, because that's years built into it.
Years.
Years.
Not
So
5 to 10 years.
not
Goddamn
5 to
it.
10 years. Some motherfuckers been on TV since 1984.
Nori got to know, and I'm sure he knows this.
No. I'm gonna get the Nori because he's not wrong.
He not wrong.
But I look at the PR people, and the PR person has to look at your platform and say, is it worth it?
Yeah.
They got to look at if it's almost like radio when you trying to put when a local artist say, man, how come you gonna play my music? Like, yo, I'm gonna take this Drake joint out, this Lil Baby joint off the radio for you. Fair, I listen to the radio the most I've listened to this weekend, and Lil Baby runs Chicago radio.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I've heard Lil Baby on the radio. It's like, damn. But David Letterman reaches a bigger circle. Just look at his circle is bigger than Drink Champs. Matter of fact, you could probably put Drink Champs, Joe Budden, and all of those, and put it in there, and you could put it inside what David Letterman has. Now, here's where he's right though, and he's right on what makes me upset. He's right on the money because, and I ain't particularly saying him because he really goes after legends. But you will have baby artists or artists who you fucked with when they wasn't signed and they needed as much as publicity as you can give them. Yeah. And they move up and they forget all about you. And I ain't necessarily talking about where we were, but there's a caveat to that. I'm talking about if you go to the radio, right? And this is where the radio had to come on. And I'll pick on the big artists. Not saying that they do this, but I'll pick on the big artists. I pick on Kanye. Chicago. I need the look. I want to be on the radio. And I'm not saying this is what he's done. I'm just using him as an example. GCI all the time. Power 92. 106 Jams. I need that. I got a new song out. Boom, boom, boom. When you become the biggest artist in the world, you don't show up at that GCI no more. You don't show up at that Power 92 no more. Shit, you might not show up on any radio station no more. You show up on Zane Lowe. It's because the look.
Yep.
Now, some of those artists are so big where they feel like they don't need radio. Mm-hmm. So that's what happens there. A Nicki Minaj don't necessarily need to go to radio. A Kanye, a Drake, a Lil Wayne, when they come in the city, they don't have to see radio. So what they might do is, hey man, I'm not going to your station, but hey, here's 10 tickets for this station over here. There's 10 tickets for this station over there. Y'all could come, maybe take a picture and all of those things. So that's what happens. But on the flip side again, radio tries to chase viral moments.
And you could kind of say are you like kind of comparing Nori to the Drink Champs? Let me say Drink Champs, because he obviously that man want Cardi to come on his show, and that's cool.
Yeah, but this
Cardi
wasn't about. But it wasn't about. See, the thing is, look,
Cardi would fit great on his Drink Champs.
Here's why. Look, here's why Cardi will forever get a pass from me.
Yeah,
Cardi will forever give a pass for me because she came to do an interview up in DC with us, and she ain't have on no makeup. And Cardi was like, and me, I got the camera like, I could go back in my office. And she was like, "Nah, you good." And I filmed the interview, and I was like, "Yo, she ain't got on no makeup. This is right before Bodak Yellow drop. Will that happen today, though? No." But the fact, even then, she was like, "Yo, we straight. Let's go." Well, even though the first time she came there, it wasn't really a good experience for me.
Yeah.
But at that moment, I was like, "Nah, G, she got all my respect because she did that shit right there." Basically, what I'm saying is that she does not need radio no more, though.
Fact.
And I think,
but with the question that I was going to ask you was, are you comparing a Drink Champs type situation to like saying that they're like the radio, like not needing the radio? Like Cardi don't need to do Drink Champs.
No, see, Cardi don't need to do shit.
Right.
Like, I think this is what we kind of miss it because of ego. And a lot of what Nori tweeted out was ego too. Because, and you should have an ego in this business. It's not a bad thing. Like, yo, you come my show hot.
Yeah.
My show lit. It's legit. My shit do numbers. It is a top 5 podcast in the urban sector. And he's right on that. Because urban artists, especially some of the big ones, should look at the urban platforms and say, I want to go there. They should tell their PR people, no, I want to go there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to just do the mainstream media. I want to do the urban media too. We as urban media need to do a better job, however, when we can't just chase viral moments. And that's where we mess up at.
And I think
chase viral moments. Mainstream, I'm not gonna say all of them, but David Letterman ain't chasing a viral moment because he know you gonna watch.
Facts.
I think, and I think that's the part of where we fuck up at. We chase shit because we want the eyes on us, whereas a David Letterman or Oprah or Gail is like, it's gonna happen, but you gonna watch if it doesn't happen or not, regardless. Because even if you look at it, they don't even put their whole interviews now on the TV show.
Yeah,
they'll show a clip of that shit. It'd be like 5 minutes, and they'd be like, "Go watch the full interview on YouTube." Yeah. And then next thing you know, you go on YouTube, and that shit's at 1 million views because you got us.
Yeah,
and we chase those moments. Yeah. We want to ask the question that is, oh man, I know I got a viral moment here. Like,
but it's like in that sense too, like Cardi going on David Letterman. David Letterman's not gonna ask, hey, what's up with you and Nicki Minaj? And then watching the Kevin Durant interview, Kevin Durant is not gonna go, and David Letterman's not gonna say, hey, bro, compared to maybe what the Knuckleheads podcast might do, ask him about Russell Westbrook. They ain't not gonna ask that question. David Letterman's not gonna do that. It's levels.
David Letterman is not gonna be on there. What's up with you and the beef with female rappers?
Yeah.
But see, here's the flip though. Nori would say, an urban person would say, that's what my audience wants to hear. David Letterman audience doesn't want to hear that. So matter of fact, I'll use Meek Mill because I literally seen that shit in person. If I'm Meek Mill, why do I want to go to every urban radio station in the United States to promote the album, but I have to ask a question about Nicki Minaj, Trick Daddy, and a whole bunch of other shit that I don't want to talk about
Yeah.
because I've already talked about this shit 45 times.
Yep.
And then you like, oh man, now he don't want to ask no questions. No, you could go to the Breakfast Club interview and saw that I answered that. So ask me something else. Ask me about the music. I get that. And as a PR person, I get that. Well, I'm not a PR person, but if I'm a PR person too, I get it. Because who wants to answer the same questions 5 times in 5 days at 5 different radio stations? So then if I go to Nori drunk gonna be like, so you and Nicki Minaj. Make some noise. Like but you go to David Letterman, and David Letterman's like, hey, so what's up with reform? I think y'all doing some good things over there. Yeah. He looking like, oh. So then the artist is like, yo, I'd rather go over to there because I'm not going to get asked X, Y, and Z. So as journalists who do interviews, we have to do a better job at not trying to chase the viral part of the story. Just do a good job at telling a story. Yeah. Like I'm not chopping at the bit for a whole bunch of Elliott Wilson interviews. There's no diss. Because I don't chop at the bit at a lot of interviews, period. But he's not gonna, when he do his interviews, he's not gonna be like, unless it's fresh. Yeah. It's not gonna be like 2 weeks and like, hey, so what's up with that Cardi thing? No, he's probably gonna ask it in a roundabout way. That's perfect. That's you like, damn, I didn't even know you asked that question. Yeah. Urban media chases the viralness of the story. And now because here's another thing too. Hip hop has to understand that they still kind of wet behind the ears when it comes to this. Fam, do you not understand this? Hip hop, 1973. The first hip hop television show is what? Yo MTV Raps on a major television network is Yo MTV Raps,
which they rebooting,
and I'm not watching. So Yo MTV Raps, and then you got Rap City, but it's still fresh and it's still new. But now you get a chance to be seen in front of people and everything like that. Who is our David Letterman? Who is our Jay Leno? Who is our Barbara Walters? Who is our Oprah? Who is our Gail? Who are those people? Mm-hmm. Because mainstream media has that. And who's our Ellen? They have all of that. And because of the platforms that they have, yes, we have big platforms, but if Ellen getting seen by 10 million people each week, and just in America alone, yeah, and then millions worldwide, who are those for us? So that's when I challenge the revolts. I challenge the BETs. I challenge in some cases the MTVs, probably in more cases the VH1s. I challenge all the TV ones. I challenge all of the networks that are supposedly black networks to create those people for us.
I brought this up. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me finish. Let me just finish it here. Then I challenge us to watch them, because that's the flip side of it. Then you have to watch them. So then when you do that, it is now more enticing for a manager or a PR person or anybody to go to say an artist and say, yo, we going to the Wet with J.R. Bang. What station he's on? He's on Revolt. Word. Because now Revolt is here. Revolt's not seen in every television home across the world. So it's a catch-22. Yep. It's, yes, I want to do this as an artist, but I'm trying to get seen like this. Urban media, I want y'all to come, But in some cases, we have to do a better job at delivering the content that we want to make sure that we get what we all want. Nobody want to go to a show and be on Ricky Lake.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead.
Nah, but I mean, you pretty much summed it all up, man. And what Nori and all these other black media outlets got to understand that certain interviewers just bring out different stories and different experiences, when it comes to like interviews and stuff like that. So it's just some things that they got to learn, and they got to know that they're going to be able to tell a certain story going to a Letterman or Ellen, Oprah, whatever, so to speak, compared to what they're gonna get, and they can see that shit, whatever they do, whatever kind of interview that they're gonna get from Drink Champs, they can see that shit a mile away, bro. And not to say that they don't want to do it. At the end of the day, I feel like Cardi eventually will do a Drink Champs, do $1 million worth of game, because I don't think Cardi's not. I don't think she's against the culture, like and then we gotta stop throwing that word, stop using that word too. I feel like we need to stop using that word.
I'll even go better, G. I even go better. I'm not saying that person's out there. I just need somebody to tell me, because Oprah and Gayle was brought up, and Gayle did the interview with Megan Thee Stallion.
And I don't even like Gayle. I don't even really like her style. I think Gayle is more she's a mainstream big look, but she like goes for the shock factor. She's gonna ask you straight to the point.
No. What y'all? Nope. See, that's where you wrong at, Mike.
Okay.
She's a news journalist, fam. What the fuck is she supposed to do, fam? She's a news journalist.
Okay.
That's what she's supposed to do, and that's the perfect point. She is a news journalist.
Yeah.
Went to school for it. All that. So when you go to Gayle King, what are you doing?
Yeah.
News style journalism. You got to know who the platform, you got to know where you're going and know what the platform is before you get there. Gayle King ain't interviewing nobody talking about, anything else but something that's newsworthy. Not even controversial, it's just news.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, and this is where me and my journalistic background comes in. Like, I went to school with it. The only reason why I graduated is because my little brother decided to get hit by a truck
on Maywood Drive.
But I carry all of that with me, G. She is a news journalist. What the fuck you think she's supposed to talk to?
Yeah.
She's a news journalist.
Yeah.
You're not going up to having a one-on-one interview with Gayle King talking about, so hey, how's life? She's not Barbara Walters. She's a news journalist. That's what she's supposed to do. Get the news. So when Megan Thee Stallion comes up there, Megan Thee Stallion is reportedly shot by Tory Lanez. Why do you think she's going up there? To talk about her new album? No. This is what happened. This is what we coming to talk about. Boom. So who's the Gayle King of hip hop? What person are you going to in hip hop that's going to talk about you and your situation in a nobody? Here's why. Because all y'all niggas like Tory Lanez. That's why. All y'all niggas like Tory Lanez. Well, you sure Tory did it? That's not the conversation. Is she asks questions, you answer them. She builds her next questions off of the shit that you just told her. In that shit like news journalism. Who in hip hop gonna do that? Elliot Wilson, his wife. Who else? Who else?
I could probably think of a name of somebody who might be like somewhere on that style. I won't say it on here.
Who? Let's go to R. Kelly. Who's gonna ask the questions and do what she did with the R. Kelly interview? Nobody. You know why? Because that person's still gonna be listening to R. Kelly and grooving. And basically what I'm telling you is there's an extreme bias when it comes to the journalism of hip hop because it's for the majority of it. Why? Because these are people that you're probably closer to than the Gayle King is when it comes to. So you feel like that person has to protect them. No, G. No. And that's why I would never have a journalistic debate with anybody unless you knee deep in it. And
Mhm.
then we can have that conversation. Because when Megan Thee Stallion comes on CBS Morning News, you don't understand that she's coming on there to talk about news, hard news. She's not coming up there to talk about WAP with her. There's an entertainment reporter
I
that
think they
she's
did
gonna have
talk
that
about that
conversation.
though.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying, when it
I,
comes to a
I know
shot,
what you said. I know what you said. I know what you said.
when it comes to her getting shot,
Yeah.
she's not talking about WAP.
Yeah.
She's talking about getting shot. When she's talking about WAP, she's not only talking about the song, but she's talking about, because it's newsworthy. And it's a controversy around the song where you're talking about women and, and their parts and this and that and the third. And then you have a lot of women's groups that's saying that this song should not be out because of X, Y, and Z. It's harmful for the children. What you thinking about that? Nigga, Noriega asking you that question? No, he's like, what number one song in the country? Make some noise. Hey!
Compared to David Letterman, who asked Cardi B about WAP, but we were able to get a more formative explanation about that record and what it meant. And Cardi B was able to explain it in a way where she didn't have to be herself, have to take a shot or none of that extra shit. But it's all good though.
And the way that David Letterman asked the
The way
question,
he asked the question,
it's going to be different than the way that somebody else asked that question. That's the whole thing, G. When you go there, when you go to CBS Morning News, you're going there for news. When you go to 106 in Park, you're going up there in front of the kids, yelling, music video, having a good time.
Yeah.
Everything ain't monolithic. So again, who is that news? Who is the Gayle King? Or who is the Gayle King of hip hop journalism? Who is that person where if it's a hard news story out, if it's Snoop, I'm fighting for my life, I'm in jail for murder. Who's that person? You know who used to be? You know who used to be that person? BT used to have BT News with Ed Gordon. Mm-hmm. Ed Gordon used to get all of the hard shit. I'm gonna shout out somebody else too, because he did a dope ass interview with Tupac for Vibe magazine. Kevin Powell. Who's our Kevin Powell? We sending you to do the nice hard interview. And those things don't really come from radio. And it really don't come from TV.
I think whoever it is that who might be the next person to do something like that.
We know like the next person.
Huh?
We know who that person is.
Who?
It's Domity.
Okay.
Let me just throw this out here now. And I ain't saying this because this is my homie. But Domity Pongo, MTV, well, Viacom, let's just use the parent company or Discovery. I don't know how the shit looks now. Paramount. Paramount. Domity is the closest got to a true hip hop journalist currently on TV. I'm gonna say this one more time. Domity Pongo is the closest to that. Domity Pongo is our Kurt Loder. Domity, no, he wasn't. Please don't erase that, DG. Please erase that. Domity Pongo is our Ed Gordon. He's our Kurt Loder. He's our Byron Allen, because my man is doing interviews in the White House.
Yes, sir.
He's our Sway when Sway got the MTV News. That's who it is. If somebody was smart enough to build a show, a hip-hop evening news show, they would do it around him, and you would get high-quality journalism. But then let me rewind that and say, do we want that, though?
I would love that, but like you said, does everybody want that? Is everybody gonna be in tune with that? Is everybody gonna watch it? Now, let me counter that. Now, who I think would possibly be the next Gayle, whatever, not because I think they would be good at it, Not because I think they would be good. I just think that it fits what they currently do right now, and it might be a Angela Yee or a Kendra G. Could be possibly if they switched over from, but if they do, no, I'm just saying, like, if they switched off from doing radio and stepped into that realm of interviewing style and straight journalism, that kind of shit matches what they kind of already do now.
See, the only reason,
and that's not because I think they're good at it.
The only reason why I'm pushing back on that, because them cats been on that platform and that type of a platform for so long.
Right.
Can they do it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the thing is what we always, and this is no diss to them at all.
Mm-hmm.
I would actually want that for, like, I do think Angela Yee can do that.
Yeah.
I will say I do believe that Angela Yee can do that, because Charlemagne is already doing as such. People look at him for political information and talk. Mm-hmm. It's about, see, when you get to a certain spot, you got to. I throw out another one. Angie, my girl Angie out in DC. She's another one that I've seen do that well. See, the thing is that where you gonna put them? Yeah. See, we got, sometimes I can't wait to a personality put the onus on the listener, because that's really what it is. You will get it. If you want that, you will get it. But we don't want that, and it's totally okay. Remember last year when the Wonder Years, they announced the Wonder Years, and everybody on Facebook was like, the fuck is they remaking the Wonder Years? Mm-hmm. I was one of the few that was like, fam, you get to see a black version of this. And I think this is going to be good. What just got renewed for a second year? Did great ratings for ABC. The Wonder Years. See, a lot of times we get so caught up in certain things, we don't even give things a chance. We too busy arguing about who's better, well, what's better, Power or Empire at one point, and they came on different times at different stations. You didn't have to choose between the two.
And totally different kind of shows.
Totally different kind of shows. But you will go as far as to choose to not watch one because you watch the other.
Yeah. And that's the same thing with music.
Same thing with music. So again, I'm going to throw it out there again, because I threw it out there to TV1 when I got the DC. You want somebody that's going to give you high quality journalism, be entertaining, handsome, can dress, they're going to give you a great quality news show, and black, Domati Pongo.
Yeah.
We already watching him with the True Life stuff. He did the Top Gun junket. He do the stuff with Smithsonian. He had the show with the Smithsonian about hip hop already. Mm-hmm. I know the boy could do it.
Yep.
Because then when you put him in that position, you can't just put him in that position and be like, hey, you got to support it.
Yep.
And when you don't support it, they're going to pull the plug. And then when they pull the plug, you like, hey, they go canceling us again.
Because y'all niggas wasn't watching it.
And y'all wasn't watching. So to pull this full circle, Nori is 100% right.
Correct.
But the thing is that we will be 50 years of hip hop next year. 50 years of hip hop next year. The one thing that I want to see is different types of programming, different types of outlets. I want to see our outlets really investing in those programs. I work for the parent company of TV1. I've already told them, son, reruns. But they got a different demographic that they got to adhere to, because that's where the money at. So build something around that demo. I found this on the web. And you know what they're going to say? We tried it. The ratings didn't look well. So if it has to come independently, like, like these podcasts are doing, like a Roland Martin has been doing for years, then it has to come like that. But at the flip, ain't none of them wrong, because I do get tired of seeing people interview with these people and everything. And then when it's time, when you send in that request, they say no, because they feel they bigger than what they was before. So they don't feel like they need to go back.
Mhm.
Who am I to tell that person that they wrong for that? I'm not that person. But it does disappoint me when those things happen. And that's where the thing is with it. It disappoints me when I see it disappoints me not to see the black amount of black faces that should be in local sports programming, let alone national programming. It's a lot
Yeah.
of things in media that pisses me off. When you go into sports media, half of the time, when a white person behind the boards. And them the ones that get elevated. That disappoints me as well. And some of those white people just so happen to be my friends. That's sports programming.
Yeah.
How come you don't see how come Gus Johnson and what's my man name? Mark, the dude who switched for Mike Breen. Mark, I forgot my man. I can't forget. I can't believe that I forget my man name. But
Who stepped in because Mike Breen had COVID,
yeah,
right?
COVID.
I forgot his name.
But
Mark
either way, go.
Jones. Mark
Yeah,
Jones.
Mark
Yeah,
Jones.
yeah.
After James Brown and some of those folks, how we don't see a lot of black play-by-play folks? That's another thing.
Because y'all didn't like Chris Webber. Y'all didn't like Chris Webber. Niggas didn't
No,
like
play-by-play, not color commentary. Because you always
Oh.
gonna find a black person. You always gonna find a black sports player to do color commentary.
Yeah.
But what about the black folks? We need more of those too. We need more black program directors in
Chris
sports.
Webber did play-by-play, no?
No, he's the color commentary. The color commentary is the one. Is play-by-play is the one that tells you what's going on, and then the color is the one who basically explains the shit.
Okay,
That's the best way of putting it.
I got you.
But like, I mean, shout out, but then you hope and you pray that some of these smaller outlets that's run by black people that we know personally grow. Like, if I had to salute one person in that, like I just saluted Domity, I'll salute the fuck out of Scott and Flows and Pierce for what they did with Barbershop Digital.
Mm-hmm.
I hope and I pray, like legit hope and pray that within the next 2 years that they get invested in.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean invested in by, hey, I'm going to give you $5,000. No, I'm talking about Barstool, like a FanDuel comes in and give you a bag. Who's going to be the Black Pat McAfee?
Yeah.
Well, I think Brian Marshall might be the Black Pat McAfee. When you think about it, with the deal he just did with I Am Mac.
Yeah.
Like I put the joint up with Stephen A. Smith up in the group. That's big. And everybody's like, hey, why you wouldn't do it ESPN? I won't go into detail, but Colin Cowherd has a similar type of setup with iHeart, with his Volume podcast network.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was $250 million.
Yeah.
He worked for Fox Sports. Bag. So when I hope Stephen A. Smith gets something like that.
Yeah.
I could go on and on and on and on. But it's going to take time to get on the level of a Oprah, a Gayle, a David Letterman, and so on and so forth. Yeah. But then again, like I said, I challenge our networks to have a bit more patience when it comes to those things.
And we got to challenge ourselves to support.
And we got to challenge ourselves to support it. We got to challenge ourselves to be professional. We got to challenge ourselves to ask quality questions and do all of those things. There's a lot to it, G.
Yeah.
It's a lot to it. And it's not one answer, is a lot of answers. As you see, it's a whole ass catch-22. And that catch-22, it does get me pissed off. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, we just hamsters in the wheel at some point.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, I can understand why a PR person might be like, I don't want that person over there, because they might feel like it's a bad look for their client. Now, their client got to be like, nah, that's us. So we gonna go there.
Yeah.
And that's where it comes in. But we gotta we have to diversify our content, Mike. Everything, like every podcast can't be kikiing and all of that shit too. every podcast can't be a Drink Champs. Like you even look at some of the podcasts from us that comes out. No, they see podcasting, and they see podcasting, and that was the wave and everything. So now everybody want to be Drink Champs, or now everybody want to be Joe Budden, and now everybody want to be that. And you know what? That's cool. Just know there's a shelf life attached to that. But it's other people like shout out to Chicago King Dave, who had Van Lathan on his podcast, and Van Lathan asked about how come Chicago media don't get pushed around. I can't say everything that I want to say as far as that, my thoughts on that, because I'm involved in that industry. The one thing that I will tell you though that I can say is people have to do a better job at taking it seriously, because you can say that about Chicago, but I worked in DC for 5 years.
Yep.
And I got content that I produced on major outlets. I worked in St. Louis for 1 year and got content on national publications because they had somebody in digital who took it seriously and made sure to get the content out to the people, and not just the blogs either. So to answer that question, it's all about digital. And what people has to understand is digital is no longer the redhead stepchild. Digital is the big beast that's sitting there waiting to push you out. And if your company does not put a true focus on editorial digital content that leads to sales money, that leads to you having to do more of that, you're not going to be pushing no content out. And nobody ain't going to come to your shit because they're like, who is the fuck Master Flex of Chicago? I ain't talking about DJing. Yeah. Who is the person in Chicago that's the Funk Master Flex of Chicago? So as soon as they come on, you tuning in and they breaking all types of music. And here's the thing. I'm not just talking about radio. Go look at Funk Master Flex's digital footprint. Who's that? Ain't no night jock. Not trying to shit on my man Hot Rod because that's my man's, but we've had this conversation. Who's the part? There's nobody at night that's pulling the numbers that Funk Master Flex is. And he pushes a lot of his shit digital. So until somebody answers me, who is Chicago's Funk Master Flex? And they look at the whole footprint. Matter of fact, you have to even know what the whole footprint is before we had that conversation.
Would that have been like DJ Ferris possibly? Could have been?
No. Again.
Would have been would have been a digital. Could it have been? Element. I'm saying at the time, could it have been a Timbuktu? Rest in peace to Timbuktu. If he would have, or you're talking about something totally different.
I keep telling you, it's the digital element.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it could have been a Timbuktu, unfortunately, because he's younger too, so he understands these things. Yeah. But also, they would have to put Timbuktu on the radio and not just be a mixer. See, that's the thing. That's why I say this is a conversation that you can only have with a select few. Funk Master Flex is 50 plus and still on that night. This nigga has been on at night at Hot 97 for now the majority of my life. But you know how smart Funk Master Flex is? He saw digital coming before a lot of people did. His digital footprint is why he's still him. Yeah. His freestyle sessions in the studio, along with the interviews, all of that. Who doing it? Who got the digital footprint that Funk Master Flex got at the crib? Nobody. Who got the digital footprint? Who got the digital footprint that Angie Martinez got? Afternoons, Power, Hot 97, half of my life too. Yep. Who got that digital footprint? Who's filming those interviews? Who's doing all that? Who's getting it out? Who's doing what she's doing? let alone mornings.
Mm-hmm.
DG just said it is outdated, but it's mostly outdated because nobody's really taking the hold of things digitally.
Yeah.
All it takes is for one of those stations to really put a focus on digital the way that they can for them to explode. The Breakfast Club is the Breakfast Club because of digital.
Yep.
Ebro in the morning, digital. You see they digital interviews. Even their StreamYard, what we on right now, should be crisp and clean.
I'm shocked that that GCI them ain't like that. Like, it's shocking, bro. It's shocking.
You have to put you have to put a focus on digital.
It's shocking that
A
you don't
true
see more
focus
of it.
and not just social media. You really have to understand that that digital side of your building is just as important. It's just as important as the programming side of the building. Ain't not one station that I worked at digitally that I did not upgrade that shit.
Yeah.
Not one. That's when I said I'm a humble brag more. Not one that I didn't walk into and change the culture digitally and do more. I've done more on this digital side than a lot of y'all listening to this will ever know. There's people who listen to this podcast and don't even know what the fuck I do. You will never know. I'm not finna sit up here and act like I'm some type of boss ass capo dude. I'm telling you that I'm the best at what I do because I've shown it when I've walked into stations and upgraded them shits.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, look at these interviews. Oh, shit. All right, cool. And original content.
Yeah.
But again, if you don't know, you can't do it. Or you know it and you don't want to do it because it's more work. And that's what you got to figure out. And that's the same for TV. That's the same for radio. That's the same for these motherfucking podcasts. Because motherfuckers think they want to do a podcast because they want to talk.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know what the fuck you doing here to keep people in tune. And shit, we might not even be doing enough to keep people engaged and in tune. It's a learning experience, but you got to want to learn that.
Mm-hmm.
And hip hop, we have to figure that out for us.
Yeah.
Everything can't be Joe Budden and Nori
Yeah.
and $1 million worth of game. Everything can't be that. That's why we try not to be that. Because that's your lane when it comes to podcasting. Everything can't be that. You have to give us more. History, legacy, news, hip hop and sports.
Mm-hmm.
All of those things and more. That's why I said I want to get this over with because it was going to get me a little bit heated. I'm sweating and shit. Let's talk about Monique and Daddy.
Yeah, you gotta let me know
Monique
what's
and
going on
Daddy.
with Monique and her father.
No, it's not her father. It's not her
Who is this?
father. It's her
Yeah, what's
husband.
her husband? Okay.
Her husband's
Okay, so
daddy.
that's what she was on the live stream with.
Yeah, it was
Oh, okay,
dad.
okay,
The
okay,
daddy.
okay.
Well, nah, Monique and DL Hughley was on and it was on a comedy show in Detroit. And I guess there was at first it seemed like it was an issue between who was supposed to be closing, but there was an Instagram post that went by, with contracts and contract memos and all the stuff that who was supposed to be closing and all that. Nobody said shit about the promoters though. Fuck the promoters, The promoters ain't fuck up you did,
Got our black comedians going at each other.
and going at each other, fam. DL Hughley had talked about it on his show yesterday. I had to work and put that up on his site and everything because that's part of my job. And then Monique went on IG Live with Daddy. And let me first say this, fam. Monique and her husband, they got to run a coat. Um, Mike, you laughing? I'm serious.
What the hell, bro?
They are the perfect cult leaders, G. They don't get loud.
Yeah.
They be talking all smooth and shit.
Monique always been like that.
Yeah, like especially
Unless she's
Daddy,
unless she's on. Okay, let me ask you, why you keep calling this nigga that, bro? Is that
because
what
that's
she
what
was
she
calling?
call him.
Okay, cool. All right.
That's what she call him. I
Just say
told
her husband.
nah, I'm calling. I call her what she call him.
Monique always been
I
like
know
soft spoken.
I'm confident in my sexuality, fam.
Right?
I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm gay, you know.
No, I
I'm
just think it's
calling
funny you
I'm
saying
calling her husband daddy because that's how she was addressing him. She like, no, daddy. He said he called her mama though. I tagged Miriam. I told Miriam, I said, from this point forward, you calling me daddy. I said it in the chat.
Yeah.
Tagged her and everything. And then when he said I call her mama, I was like, hey, mama. But no. But her and her husband, Sydney, her husband's name is Sydney, Mike.
Okay.
Her husband's name is Sydney. But her and Daddy was on the IG Live, and they was explaining her side of the story about the contracts and everything. And she felt like DL been taking stabs at her for years
Okay.
because of her situation. So she
Okay.
said she was going to eventually get her get back, and she
Okay.
used that night to get the
Use that
get
night.
back.
Yeah, that's
So
the
it
get
wasn't
back
really
right
just
there.
about the contract, nigga. I'm
Monique been
about to
sitting
talk
on
shit
that.
about you. I want to do it at the end of the night so you can come on and then you ain't got to come behind me. But you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna talk all types of shit. She questioned that man's sexuality, and cussed him out and that thing all on that shit. You just go on Instagram or YouTube and look at the shit. But this ain't about that
Yeah.
because I don't give a shit. I don't a can of paint. I don't give a fuck about you. That beef is between y'all two and the promoter.
Yeah.
But y'all clearly don't give a fuck about the promoter because the promoter paid y'all the money.
I'm sorry, Bang. Let me ask you. I need more details because when I saw all the headlines, I really didn't care enough to see. I probably
gave you
should
the
have. I should have.
details.
No. I know I got the details of everything that went on, but I didn't care enough to actually like
Mike,
get. Was Monique who was supposed to? Was Monique mad that DL
Mike,
Hughley
that's
went
what I'm saying.
last?
It don't even matter no more
Right.
because Monique basically they was arguing about the contract, but then Monique said that she wanted to get back at him anyway, so she was gonna talk shit about him regardless.
Okay.
So it don't matter who was supposed to open. Mike,
Okay.
this segment ain't even about that.
Ain't even about the contract no more.
This segment is about how Monique and Daddy should have a coat. I don't care about no contract.
Yeah.
Fam, look, I said this the other day. I am so glad that he's that much that I'll take their side in whatever blindly. I'm so glad we don't do this on the show. But you would have people just because they like one celebrity will disrespect another one because they into it. It's like a gang. It's like GDs and Vice Lords. And you don't even know who a GD and who a Vice Lord at this time. You just rocking with them.
Yeah.
But the way Monique and Daddy talk to their viewers and how calm and collective they be, and they already got a quote saying, I love y'all. For real. Telling somebody that you love them, it breaks them down a little bit. And especially if you're somebody who loved that celebrity, like, oh,
yeah.
She said too that when y'all start calling me auntie, when y'all gave me that title, I took it seriously, Mike. Mike, we call everybody older than us auntie or uncle, sometimes out of respect. If I know half of the women that are aunties to me are not my aunties. Same for you. You got a lot of play aunties or whatever. But Monique took it seriously enough.
Didn't Mary J. Blige take that seriously too? Didn't she mention?
She said, "Don't call me that."
Did she say that in an interview, or did she
Yeah,
say that?
she said that. I think she said in the interview, "Don't call me that." Don't call me. But Monique took auntie
Yeah,
so seriously
yeah,
that she wants to protect us and her people, especially black women.
yeah,
She wants to make sure we treat it with the utmost respect. So she gonna take on the whole beat. She 10 years for us. You know why, Mike? She loves us for real.
yeah,
Mike, she needs to get a church.
yeah,
Not matter of fact, no church. Monique and Daddy need a compound. Coats have compounds, Mike.
yeah,
Monique and Daddy, where we can eat, sleep, fellowship.
yeah,
There's a room for the men where Daddy can talk to the men, and then there's a room for the women where Monique can talk to the women. And then we get back together and we fellowship and we love on each other.
yeah,
And then we sing songs at the end of the night. And then we go to sleep and we never leave, Mike. We
yeah.
watch episodes of the Parkers all day long.
I'm with that. So this is kind of like a. You think this should be like a combination of marriage camp and
No,
like no, like the
no,
episode of Martin when they went to marriage camp, and then the episode when Martin went after he quit his job or he got fired from his
no.
job and he went to join the cult.
Quit the
Should be like a
job.
mixture of that.
Nope. Just quit the job. That one, and that's it.
Yeah,
That's all. We got to watch episode of the Parkers all day long.
yeah,
And then at night, we could watch Monique's talk show.
yeah,
We could watch Queens of Comedy and any other stand-up she got on film.
yeah.
We got to watch Precious and do book reports.
Don't make me watch Precious.
We got to watch Precious and do book reports, Mike, in the compound, in the love compound.
Yeah.
Monique and Daddy got to run the coat, man.
I ain't mad at that, bro. But and Monique has always been. If you ever watched any of her, I've followed Monique and I've seen her when she addresses certain things in the media, bro. She always been calm, soft spoken. She's never loud unless she does her stand up. When she does stand up, or you see her acting in movies or whatever it is that you see her acting in, that's when she's like Monique. But when she's just speaking in general to the public, soft spoken, nice and calm and
Mhm.
collective. So I can see exactly where you're going with
Like
this.
cult leaders.
Yeah.
Like
I
cult
can
leaders.
I
I'm not
can
gonna
sign
raise it.
that. I'm not joining. You gonna join the cult? You gonna join?
I
You
don't know.
would?
I gotta
Would
talk to
you?
Miriam.
Okay.
I gotta talk to Miriam.
Okay.
If I want to watch the Parkers all day long.
Parker's is an excellent sitcom.
All day long, though, Mike.
Hey, look, I'll sign me and my wife up because she love the Parkers.
Oh,
She'll watch that shit all
see,
day.
so y'all are part of the cult.
We part of the cult there because I watch the Parkers all day. Fuck it. Shit.
With the Parkers.
Parkers is fire.
And then
Parkers
you
in my top 5
and
sitcom.
and then Daddy gonna pull you to the side.
Yeah.
You gonna be a deacon. You gonna be Daddy's deacon.
I'm gonna be what's his name?
You be Daddy's deacon, man.
What's his name? God damn it.
Daddy's deacon.
It's fucked.
Daddy's deacon.
Nah, we ain't gonna go that far.
And they reportedly got an open relationship.
Really?
So Daddy can mess around.
I saw a part of the clip where he didn't know how old she was, bro. I went on there and then he said that Monique was 57. And he was like, I'm 52. But that's why I thought when you said that, I'm thinking like this is her old man, but then I didn't really watch it no more. I was trying to like skim through to see where they was like, going off, but they wasn't going off. At the whole thing, they was soft spoken. She wasn't cursing and none of that. Did she curse? I don't remember if she was cursing anything in that. But yeah, I saw that part. My man don't even know how old his wife is, bro. What the fuck kind of shit is that, bro? Nah, I can't trust that shit, Joe. I can't trust him.
This is from an article in 2020 in Essence. They was talking about the old that I'm talking about. So this is how they define open relationship now. So it's not just an open relationship from a sexual standpoint. It's an open relationship in terms of dialogue that you're having with your spouse, your mates, your sons, your daughters, your mothers, your father, because you always hear be someone important or be yourself. But that's only when it's politically correct.
Yeah.
boundaries of what people expect for you as opposed to you being yourself when it is against the proverbial norm. But what we find is against the norm is really the norm. Mike, I don't know what they said about that. All I heard was this. When they start this cult, Mike,
Mm-hmm.
y'all can have open dialogue, and whatever that dialogue leads to at the end of the night
Yeah.
ends up at the end of the night on both sides of the fence. So, Mike, you know what I'm saying? No, Monique might try you.
Look,
Wife.
back in Monique's day, I would have did it.
Oh, you really would be a part of Monique's cult.
I don't know about now though. I don't know about now though.
Oh,
I actually liked her when she
oh
was.
my man,
No, wait,
my
hold
man.
on, chill, bro, chill. I think
Mike, Mike, they
back
gonna
in
welcome you in the cult in open arms,
back
man.
in back in Monique's prime days, Parker, like prime Parker days, I probably would have did it. Not now
Michael, Michael, can you please come? We summon you.
though.
Mike, can you please come to our quarters? Thank
Fuck it,
you.
I'll do it. Fuck it, I'll do it. Fuck it.
Quarters.
Fuck it, I'll do it.
Mike,
Yeah.
Monique feels that you are attractive.
Yeah.
Monique would like to spend some time with you.
Yeah. We can do
With
that.
you.
Yeah, yeah.
We
No,
we would like for you to make yourself available
fuck it.
for Monique.
Fuck it. You only live once.
So my man Mike gonna be in in a tiny city in Maryland. Cause you know she's from Baltimore. He's gonna be in a tiny Baltimore suburb
Yeah.
that Monique and Daddy owns.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be a part of their cult. I'm
Fuck
telling you,
it.
you gotta watch the whole thing.
Okay. I'm
You
gonna
can
watch.
watch the spurts.
I watched it. I
Yeah,
tried to catch the parts that I thought would be like, pertaining to Buddy.
watch it in
But
spurts. But Mike, cult, they are cult leaders.
okay.
Mike, Monique, and Daddy are cult leaders. And I'm telling you, this is how the schedule gonna be, Mike. So just get ready.
Yeah.
You're gonna go there. They're gonna initiate you. They're gonna
Okay.
give you your packet. They're
Yeah.
gonna give you your robe. And then from there, they're gonna put you in a room where you're gonna watch the Parkers. And the only thing that's on is during the day is the Parkers, and at night is Monique's talk show. And
Okay.
then on weekends they had special viewings of Monique movies. So in some cases it might be Precious. It might be the Big Girls movie, but it's gonna be all Monique all the time as far as on the television goes. And then you're gonna have sessions with Monique is gonna have the ladies and Daddy are gonna have the men.
Yeah.
And then after those sessions, y'all gonna fellowship and everything. And then y'all can't leave the compound though. All right. When you get there, you stay forever.
Forever.
Forever. You don't leave, Mike. That's what cults are.
I'm gonna have to
And at the
escape.
end, and then at the end of the night, Monique leads y'all in prayer where she ends every night with, I love y'all. For real.
Yeah. I experienced it for a little bit, but I'm gonna have to like pull my escape move on that shit. Niggas gonna have to come get us, like they did Martin, or like they did Marlon on the Wayans brothers when he went to the cult, and they had to go. Motherfuckers said, "Look, give me a week, 2 weeks tops, but you got to come break me out. You got to come. I'm not. I would never live through that moment for the rest of my life.
I love y'all.
I can't do it. But
This ain't about no who is supposed to open and who is supposed to close, Mike. This ain't about no contract.
shit is bigger than that.
It's bigger than that, man. It is about the love. The love that we have for y'all. And we gonna make sure that we protect y'all.
Hey man,
We love y'all.
shout out to Monique. Her name is buzzing right now in the media. I think 50 got her on the stars. We're gonna see Monique on BMF. So I look forward to that. So shout out to Monique. She getting her shine back, her limelight spot back and everything like that. So hey,
Yeah.
I'm cool with all that shit. I fuck
Because
with
she
Monique.
loves y'all, Mike.
I love Monique too, though. I love Monique.
For real.
Yeah.
For real, Mike.
Yeah.
I just want to say this right now. It is great. It's a great time to be alive, Mike.
Sure.
You know why it's a great time to be alive?
Why is that?
Because our man Johnny Depp was vindicated somewhat.
Yeah, for sure.
Was he found liable in his
No,
defamation lawsuit
his lawyer
against
was.
his? Yeah, he was. She was too.
Yeah,
He only got to give her $2 million.
but that's because his lawyer fucked up.
It don't matter.
Yeah,
He got to give her two. Mike, she got to get that man $15 million. City boys up.
this was drinks, champ. We would take a drink for that.
We would take
Make
a
some
drink
noise
for that.
that.
Mike, let me tell you why that's important.
Yeah.
When you argue with your wife, sometimes you be right. Sometimes she be right. Sometimes both of y'all be wrong. But she try to make it seem like you wrong. Sometimes you right, and she don't want to admit she wrong.
Yeah.
That happens in every male home.
Excuse me. Mm-hmm.
That happened in Johnny Depp's home too. What that judge said was, oh, wrong. And she paying for it.
Yes, sir.
$15 million.
Yeah.
Give it up for Johnny Depp.
Give it up for Johnny Depp, baby.
She got mad and she said that she lost her freedom of speech because of this lawsuit. What she didn't understand is, yeah, you got freedom of speech, but that don't mean that shit can't get you in trouble. You can't say the things that you said about Johnny Depp and act like you can't get in trouble for it.
You cost that man. Hey, make some noise. Make some noise for that.
What you was about to say, Mike?
She cost that man movie roles, bro.
So many movie roles.
That man couldn't work.
And it's Johnny Depp, one of the most popular men in Hollywood at the time.
Because your freedom of speech, you cost that man, his living, what he does on a daily basis, and what he's very, very good at. You stop that man from getting his bag.
It's time.
You gotta pay for that shit, shorty.
Got to.
You gotta pay for that.
That's why.
And the money that you giving up ain't even close to probably what he was gonna make doing one movie. But it's something. It's something. We up. City Boys is up, baby. You know what I'm saying? Come up off that, Amber.
Come up off that.
I caught like a little bit of the trial, like here and there. I was watching little snippets of it and try to keep up with it as much as I can, bro. But whatever they had going on, man, was, I mean,
wild white people shit.
Wild white ass people shit, bro. Like crazy, bro. If whatever y'all like, toxic, it's toxic. Shit's toxic, bro. That's the definition of a toxic white relationship. And yeah, bro. I hope I don't never get involved in anything like that, man. I hope my wife doesn't, physically and verbally abuse me. You gotta be a different kind of savage though, fam, to be like that towards your significant other, fam. I would never understand it. I don't understand it, bro. Like, I don't know. We just raised differently, I guess. Built differently. Because I know for a fact, man, you would never verbally, physically, like, talk to your wife in a certain way, man. And I just don't understand, how do you have that courage?
Well,
how do you have the courage to actually be that way?
You be any man be lying. Any man be lying and say you ain't slipped up and said some shit.
Yeah, but I don't think to a point.
I'm not out here being. We not out here being verbally and physically abusive.
I don't think it would ever get to a point where the police would be involved, or you would have to, sue me.
Yeah, nah, my wife.
For emotional and physical damage done to you.
I don't think it would.
I don't think it ever have to get to that point, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'd be mad at the motherfucker. You suing me for what? Because you suing me because the dishes last night? What the fuck is
this? Yeah, I don't think it would ever get to that point, bro. Like, I always tell my wife. She always asks me. I always tell her to, like, I don't have it in me to put my hands on you. Like, I can't. It's not in me.
Yeah, nah.
I don't think you can make me that mad. Except if you were annihilating in a family that prays.
I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail.
Oh, man.
I'm trying to think, who was another woman in TV? Like, who was another
that role takes the cake. Shout out to Vincent for posting one of the the one gotta go things, and Sanaa Lathan she wasn't on it, but I think the one that he brought up was about like what character
Yeah,
he
what
hated,
coffee? Oh
what
no,
what
what character you hated?
what
Yeah,
character you hate the most from like a TV show or a movie, and from that list, I pointed out that somebody was on there, but why?
yeah,
That's like my least favorite character ever on a TV show or a movie. It's Sanaa Lathan in the Family Ever. And when he smacked the fuck out of her after she said that she had a son by her boss, that's the only time that I might be like physically, like I would physically hurt you. You know what I'm saying? In that sense.
yeah.
Other
Nah, I
than that,
feel you.
I don't have it in me to be
But
verbally.
nah, man, Mike, I'm dead ass on this, G.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not. I mean, luckily I don't have a wife like that, but I've seen people in relationships
Yeah.
where it's like they handcuffed in
Yeah.
some ways. I salute Johnny Depp, G. He went through it,
Yeah, man.
and he getting paid for it.
Yeah, man.
Like, City Boys is up. We appreciate him. Like, I'm gonna watch Nightmare on Elm Street 1 and watch him die. I'm gonna watch him die
In his
this
honor.
week in his honor. I'm not watching Pirates of the Caribbean. That's not my bag.
No, it's not.
I might watch that one movie, The Ninth Gate. I like The Ninth Gate.
I watch Public Enemy, man. I watch that shit.
Yeah, Public Enemies. I might watch that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna on Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, I never was a Pirates of the Caribbean guy either.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever
exactly.
seen any of those movies.
Amber Heard. I mean, I don't watch. I've not watched Aquaman more than once.
I went to the movies and saw Aquaman. Didn't watch it after
Then
that.
Didn't watch it after. Not saying it was bad. It's just it doesn't have any playback value for me.
Yeah.
You know what got playback value for me? Watching Johnny Depp die. He was the second to last person to die on Nightmare on Elm Street 1.
Hey, shout out to him for that.
Shouts out to him shouts out to Glenn for almost surviving. We gotta salute Johnny Depp, man. Today needs to be Johnny Depp Day. June 1st, the beginning of the second half of the year.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp Day. In houses across America.
Okay.
Houses across America.
Yeah.
Like the shit that she said to him, and he tried to sue. Like, I know if Johnny Depp was black, this would not happen.
No. At all.
Matter of fact, it wouldn't even be a defamation lawsuit. Johnny Depp would be in jail.
Facts, bro.
It wouldn't even got to a lawsuit. Defamation? Fuck you talking about, nigga.
My man's he's strong, bro. He's strong for that one, bro. You're a strong man for taking that type of shit, bro. But hey, hey, it worked out for him, man. You know. But God bless both of them,
man. God bless who? Both of who?
But God bless Johnny Depp, bro.
Yeah, we're not saluting Amber Heard today. Fuck her.
Yo, Amber Heard, like her catalog ain't even that good, like movie wise.
Yeah, her catalog ain't that damn good for this.
Her claim to fame is marrying Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we ain't got all that time. We ain't got all time for that.
Yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you on that one, bro.
Why? Why?
Amber Heard was looking real sick when
She
they was
was
reading off
looking
that
real
verdict,
sick.
bro. Ooh, she was hurt. She was hurt, bro.
That was a white woman not understanding.
Yeah.
That you was a white woman. You fucked up.
Yeah.
You fucked up. And us white men is gonna look out. You know what I'm saying? You understand who you at, where you at, what you do. That's what that was.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
That's what that's about. So, but nah, I salute him, man. We appreciating you today, Jack. We not listening to none of your music though.
Johnny
Like
Depp
I
put
said,
out music?
Yeah, he be doing music and shit.
Nah, I ain't fuck with that shit.
We not doing that shit. But Nightmare on Elm Street 1, Public Enemies, Knife Gate, Edward Scissorhands, maybe.
Yep.
We could watch it.
Yeah, we could watch that.
Okay.
That's cool.
21 Jump Street.
Yeah, even though he had like a small role in 21 Jump Street right at the end, and he got shot in the neck.
No, we're talking about the TV show.
Oh, the TV. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
We
But
gotta get.
I was thinking about the Jonah Hill and
Oh, we can watch that
but
too, Johnny. We watched that.
I
No,
could
with
watch
him
that,
and
but
Chance.
he was in it at the end though. He
Yeah,
was like at the end of the. Oh yeah,
yeah,
21 Jump Street for sure.
yeah. That's what we gonna do for you. That's how we gonna celebrate you.
Yeah, we got. Oh, of course, of
You
course.
know. So, but congratulations to you, my brother.
Facts.
I know that 15 million ain't enough,
Definitely ain't enough. But he'll get his
but
career
some.
back though. He gonna get his career back. He'll be
He get nominated for an Oscar in the next 2-3 years.
yeah, he'll get him another role.
You're gonna give him another role. You're gonna be nominated for an Oscar in the next 2-3 years.
Yeah,
Watch. I'm telling you.
for sure. Oh, we
He
gonna watch
gonna win it.
Blow? Blow, of course we gonna watch
Oh, we
Blow.
watching Blow. We doing cocaine and watching Blow. We are doing the cocaine and
Yes,
watching the
sir.
Blow.
Yes, sir.
Before we get out of here, we got to talk about what goes on tomorrow night. We're recording on Wednesday, so on the Thursday, the NBA Finals is here. The Boston Celtics, the Golden State Warriors, starts tomorrow night. I think is 8 Central. I mean 8 Eastern, 7 of Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum. Shouts out up against the old throwback big three, basically now of Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. According to Vegas, the win, but we definitely got to put our predictions out there. Mike,
Yeah.
who's going to win the NBA?
Well, starting off the playoffs didn't see this one coming. Definitely didn't predict this. Definitely Boston. I definitely thought Boston was gonna pull the choke job eventually through this playoffs, one way or another. But shout out to Emo Udoka, bro.
Yeah.
He didn't coach them through this shit. He didn't
Shouts
got
out to
the
Eminem.
man. Honestly, bang, I'm conflicted. I don't know.
Wow.
I say this. I'm gonna pick Golden State to win.
Golden State and what?
Golden State to win. Golden State in 6, 7, maybe in 6. I'm gonna say in 6, based on. I'm gonna just say because they have the experience.
Okay.
I'm gonna just use straight experience on this one. I feel like this is the more experienced team. Yes, I mean it's not the same Golden State team. The core is there. The big three is there, but you don't have the same role players like you did back then. You obviously got an emerging Jordan Poole. You got an Andrew Wiggins, who's surprisingly he's balling through this playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Proving that he's an all-star and everything like that. And then you got the other guys like Gary Payton II, and they got a good supporting cast. Not the same one, but I'm gonna say with Steph, Klay, and Draymond, combine those three and their experience together, I think they pull it out against, an unexperienced Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart team who hasn't been to the finals before. They've hovered around, the Eastern Conference Finals over the years, but I'm going to take the experienced Golden State Warriors team to pull it out in 6. I expect these games to be mostly close, though. I don't expect any blowouts. I don't think. I hope not. For the love of God, please. Let's get some competitive. Let's get a competitive NBA Finals, for God's sake. But yeah, I'm gonna take Golden State, bro, just off experience alone, because we know what Boston can do. But are they gonna be able to pull it out in the end? Are they gonna be able to make the big shots? Is Tatum gonna be able to engage in his inner Mamba mentality? You pulled it out in the final in the Eastern Conference Finals, but going against Steph Curry in them in the finals is a different kind of beast. So we'll see. I'm gonna just go strictly off that.
In order for Golden State to win, in my opinion,
Yep.
they're gonna need an all-time series from Steph Curry,
who is a 3-time champion but doesn't have a Finals MVP. This is his perfect chance to get him one.
Yeah. In order for that to happen, this has to be an all-time series.
Okay.
I don't think he's gonna have an all-time series.
Okay.
Basically, what I'm saying.
You saying Boston? You got Boston with it.
I'm saying Boston in 6, Jack.
Hey, if Boston wins in 6, I won't be mad at that. I won't be mad. Won't be mad at it. Won't be shocked either. Won't be shocked. But I don't disagree with you on that. Seth Wardell Curry is definitely gonna have to rise to the occasion here. So yeah,
Yeah,
I don't disagree.
that's my pick, man. Boston in 6.
Okay.
See, man, when I look at everything, like I just look at Marcus Smart versus Steph Curry, and historically, um, Marcus Smart has played Steph Curry very well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so to me, I feel like that's the person that if Marcus Smart, then we good. I just don't see Steph Curry having that all timer. Now, if
So
he has it, it's Golden State in 5.
okay.
But I don't think that's gonna be a case. And it's wild that I'm looking at it like this. But this just got a feel of the Lakers versus the Bulls in 91 to me. This what this feels like.
The new up and coming squad up
Yep.
against the you know what I'm saying at the end of their prime team.
Yep.
I
It
could
just
understand that.
it feels like the Bulls in 91 to me.
Okay.
Now 6 out of 8. I'm saying, but I will say this. Boston is a team that I think if they win one, they're winning two.
Okay.
I think Boston is a team where, unless you try to do the super team route again, once they get a taste of winning a title,
It's all
they
it's up for them. It's up
it's
from them.
up. It's up for them. Like how when LA went through those trials and tribulations, but they then finally got over the hump.
Yeah.
Similar situation to getting
Okay.
into their prime. So I think that Jason Tatum is going to be the one that has the all-time series. It's going to be Boston in 6. Jason Tatum will win the MVP. And I think, and I will go as far as saying if Boston does win and they do win in 6, you might as well put them as the favorite
Favorite to
to
win it next
win
year.
next year's title too.
Okay.
Because then you got Ime Udoka, who now gets a taste and know how to win a championship as a young coach too. So I don't think this is going to be one of those situations where break up the team. They don't like each other.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I
man.
think even making it to the finals at this point, I think all of that talk that they had early in the season as to should they move Jaylen Brown for somebody else, I think that stops at this point, even if they lose. Even if Boston doesn't pull this out, but I think I think this Boston team is solidified. I think I think he's finally got the formula. He created
Yeah.
he even though he's not coaching, he still put that team together, and I think he has it. So I
Well,
think they
nah. Then that's Danny Ainge's ring.
really.
Let's not do that now.
I
That's
hate
Danny
they can
Ainge put that
share it.
team
They
together.
share that ring. They share that ring.
Danny Ainge put that team together,
Danny Ainge
fam.
put that team together. Brad Stevens coached that team up before that. And I know how you feel about Brad Stevens. We ain't finna go on it. We ain't even going there. We definitely ain't going there. And I got a memory in my Facebook memory where I said something about the coach and you brought up Brad Stevens. But we go leave that in the past.
No. I think that no. That's when I said that Brad Stevens was overrated.
No, yeah, but it wasn't. But it was like it was a knock to that, but it wasn't in those words. I have to find it.
Oh, I probably was cussing.
No, you wasn't cursing. Let me see. Or maybe it was yesterday. Oh, it might have been that memory was okay. It was from yesterday. It was a Brad Stevens. You had mentioned Brad Stevens on one of my posts, but
yeah,
but I agree with you. I agree with you though on that. Yeah, that's Danny Ainge's squad. He definitely put that together.
Yeah, he put that team together and everything, and Brad Stevens gonna get a ring
Yeah,
for it and everything. So salute to Brad Stevens.
but I don't think that back to my point that I don't feel like you're gonna hear that talk even if they do lose. But I agree with you 100% that they are the favorites if they win this. But let's look at it on the other side. Where does this put Golden State at if they win this? Where does that put Steph Curry as an all-time great? I mean, we know he's great, but where do we have what kind of discussions do we have revolving around Steph Curry now if he pulls this out.
See, this is why I'm not trying to have this conversation.
Yeah, we don't have to have that. We can just have a quick one. I'll just
No, no,
quick.
no, no, no. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. I know what you're saying, but hear me out.
Yeah.
I'm not really trying to have that conversation because he's not in the twilight of his career. It's very hard to try to throw that out there if he ain't in the twilight of his career. He ain't. But then, but then I look at it like this: who we taking out? So, and this is where age and a lot of shit be. This is why I try not to have these debates too, because then you turn 40 and shit look different.
Yeah.
You turn 45, shit look different. You turn shit look different. So I'm gonna ask this question: if we're putting Steph Curry in the top 10, if he wins, who are we taking out?
I mean, it all depends on who you have in your top 10. But I don't want to have that. I don't want to have that debate. We don't have to have that debate.
No, what I'm
But
saying, I mean, it's not a debate. I'm just asking a question. See,
yeah,
that's and go ahead.
that's subjective. It all depends on who you have in your top 10 to begin with. I don't even. I have
But
to really
see,
sit down and put
I'm
together
glad that
a
again,
whole top 10.
I'm glad that you said that
Yeah,
because that's gonna be the question.
yeah,
Be,
that's yeah,
and here's why I say that. Here's why I say that. Right, and I'm not necessarily talking about us. I'm talking about people on TV. Right. When you start that conversation, then you look. A lot of people when they be doing their top tens,
yeah,
Kobe Bryant is at the end of that top 10. A lot of times.
for sure.
It is Mike, Kareem. Some people will give you Kobe right after that. Some people will start throwing Tim Duncan, Shaq, boom, boom, boom. But let's even use Shaq. Because a lot of these lists, Shaq be at the top 10.
Yeah,
And he'd be like 9 or 10.
yeah.
Him and Tim Duncan. Are we taking one of those two players out and putting Steph Curry in there if he wins and his finals MVP?
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what you have and who you have. What I'm saying is that becomes an interesting because of who you have over there.
Yeah. Well,
It's
get ready because
it's a
if
little becomes a little bit busy,
yeah,
to say the least, when it's okay, all right, here's my top 10.
yep,
Steph Curry wins. Basically, what I'm saying is there's a lot of people that get up on these joints and they have these conversations, and rightfully so. But they don't necessarily think when they say who is on that list.
mm-hmm.
They don't necessarily think like, all right, man, Steph Curry top 10. Is he better than Shaq? Shit.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you just told the world that you taking Shaq out of your top 10 and putting Steph Curry. Some people got Kobe at 10.
Mm-hmm.
On second thought, that's why I don't want to get into a second thought conversation. I'm not getting into a second thought conversation
Yeah,
because, as the shirt says, everybody can't be in your top 10.
everybody can be in the top
Hey,
10.
everybody can. Like, to me personally, he still ain't better than Isaiah Thomas.
Okay, I respect that.
To me personally,
Yeah,
he's not better than Isaiah Thomas because, as great as he is a shooter, he can't defend worth shit.
and he turned over the ball a lot.
And he be on bullshit sometimes with the ball and turns it over.
Even though he's become a better passer in a sense, in a sense where he has his assist numbers are up, but definitely still a liability when it
He's a
comes to
liability.
making plays in the paint and trying to do extra shit. He could turn that ball over for sure. So I definitely see you at that point. I
So
see you on that.
that's my thing, man. I get it and I totally understand it. I get it and I totally understand it.
But if Golden
Think
State
about the
were to
situation.
win and Steph Curry, like you said, has that all-time performance, go crazy, averaging 35 a game and going nuts,
And
that
that's why I think
that,
people
that conversation is gonna emerge.
like Pete. That's why I think people sometimes got to chill on these things too,
Yeah.
because like, what was this all like? Damn near everybody that you can name has an all-time series, Jack. Like, they got that series where it's just like
Steph hasn't really had that
he's not
in the three playoff runs. I mean, the 3 championship runs where they actually won it, and the times that they went to the finals and lost. You really don't remember Steph being all time like greatness. You can't remember. You know what
Mike
I'm saying?
scored almost 40 a series, a game in the final series
I think Steph Curry in the
in
finals.
1993.
In the finals, he averages what 25 a game or something like that.
Yeah,
It's
like
lukewarm.
LeBron had his, Mike had his, Timmy had his.
Yeah,
Shit, in a losing effort, Charles Barkley had his against Mike.
yeah.
What was Steph Curry's all-time series, Jack? To submit him to that. That's why I said he got to have an all-timer.
Yep.
For me to even have this type of conversation. He can't just win it and be MVP. Like this man got to average 35 a game or something.
Yep, I agree.
They got to win it.
I agree.
It can't be. It can't be just that. He got to have series. And if that ain't happening, what are we talking about, fam?
No argument for me.
When that's the thing that when I hear what I'm hearing about, oh man, he just got to win and win MVP. Yeah. No,
he got to go crazy.
No, he got to have an old time. Like he got to have a NBA on NBC all time. He got to have one of those where that put him in like you have the slow effects. Now he can't do that shit and score 26 a game. What? And win MVP?
Yeah.
We doing that? That's what we doing? Nah, Jack. Y'all out y'all mind, fam. And that's why I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that at all, fam.
They can't win the finals and it be like a collectively team effort
fam,
where
it can't be
Steph averaging 25 and Clay averaging 25.
Yeah, no. But he hit 2 more threes more than Clay.
Yeah.
Like not or he scored 35 this one game. Like he scored like 12 in game 1, 24 in game 2, 35 in game 3, but in game 4 went back to 20. No, but because he had 2 games over 30, he did G. No. I'm not doing that at all. Or man, you know what? He's deserving of MVP. So let's go ahead and give him MVP. G. I am telling y'all this now on the show. It don't work like that for Bang. It don't work like that for at all. He has to have an all-time series in order for me to put him even think about having a conversation about putting him in the top 10 because of who I even think about in my top 10 and outside. Shit. Fucking Mike, Kareem, Bron, Magic, Larry, Tim, Kobe, Shaq.
AI maybe. I don't know if you got AI in your top 10 or not.
But what I'm saying is
but yeah, those are big names that you would have to.
That's big names right now.
Who you moving to put Steph in? I feel you.
That's big names right now. And then you have arguments and debates. You got an argument in the Mark's talking about he will be the greatest point guard of all time. Nigga, please. Ain't nobody look. We putting him over Magic Johnson.
Hey.
We really putting him over Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson at his crib laughing right now, like y'all can do what y'all want to do, but y'all lying y'all ass off tonight.
But look though, I know you don't want to have that debate, but let's wait on it though. Let's talk about that after this series is over. Then we declare that.
Let me go to the NBA. I'm going.
See, we got
right now, fam, and just going to who they got right now. They ranked the NBA 75. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kareem, Magic at 4, Wilt at 5, Bill Russell at 6, Larry at 7, Tim at 8, Oscar Robertson at 9, Kobe Bryant is at 10, Shaq is at 11, KD at 12, Hakeem Olajuwon at 13, Julius Erving at 14, Moses Malone at 15, Steph Curry is at 16. All right, let's move. He win. Let's move Moses Malone out there. At 14, he better than Julius Erving. 13, he better than Hakeem Olajuwon. 12, he better than Kevin Durant. 11, he better than Shaq. 10, he better than Kobe. 9, Oscar Rock. Come on, fam. That's why you gotta watch. That's why I don't be on these debate shows really, really hard on what they talking about.
If he have an all-time NBA Finals here, does he clear-cut move around some of those names that you just mentioned? Just the names that you just mentioned.
I'm not putting him past Dr. J.
All right, cool. There you go. Hey, respect.
I'm not putting him past Dr.
I
J.
I know it's a million people out here that
a point guy who shoot the 3 and don't play no defense. I'm gonna move him in front of fuck Dr. J. You know what? Matter of fact, you want to move him in front of Dr. J? That's cool.
What about Oscar Robertson?
Wait. Hell no. But you want to move him from a Dr. J? All right, that's cool. Just on that list that I put out there.
Yeah.
But we're gonna really put Stephen Curry over Hakeem Olajuwon? Are y'all high? Hakeem Olajuwon might be, and might is just nitpicking, the greatest defensive center.
That's why I want you to say
our era.
This is what they gonna do. This is what they gonna do. When Steph, when Golden State win this shit, bro, they go do this.
He can score defense, block your shot, cross you over. He was a guard at 7 foot, basically, with the skill that he had.
All the gems already before we even get to it.
No, I'm just saying, like, y'all gotta think when y'all be having these conversations, fam.
It's coming though. I swear it's coming. Wait, nigga, wait. We're gonna have a whole segment on this.
Like, now, if you want to say collectively, as far as awards go, do that. But when you talk about on that court, he's the greatest shooter that God ever created. Shouts out to Stephen A. Smith for saying that. But a high school nigga could cross that man over and score.
I don't disagree.
We seriously gonna do that, fam? That's why I got a hard time putting him over Zeke. That's why I got a hard time putting him over Zeke. But because of what he's won, all right, cool. And then plus, y'all niggas don't like Isaiah Thomas. So I get it. All right, cool. But he third in my book.
I ain't crazy about Isaiah Thomas, but I don't disagree with you.
It's Mike, Isaiah Thomas, and Steph Curry to me. That was the 3 for me. But I get it because of the dislike for Isaiah Thomas. I get it. But that 14, that list after, come on, fam. We really gonna have a conversation about him versus Tim Duncan? Because
I can't wait.
Because really, when you look at it, when you say that, you got to look at 8 to 12. When you say put him in the top 10, you look at 8 to 12. Tim Duncan, Oscar Robertson, Bean, Shaq, Kevin Durant. he would have to literally score 45 a game for me to even change my mind and be like, well, you know what? That ain't gonna happen. Because Clay gonna trip him if that happens.
Yeah.
Clay gonna be like, hey, man, stop. Bow. So, nah, they tripping. But they tripping. They high. They gotta stop because this ain't right. What they doing? It ain't right. Did you? I guess I end the pod. I'll end this pod like
I
this.
should have asked that question after they won the finals. If they win the finals, just ask them right there.
It can be revisited, but
Yeah,
this,
'cause we definitely gonna revisit it.
but this is what I would say. I now understand what my father and my uncles was telling me. What I'm, well, I'll explain it like this. When they start proclaiming that Mike could be the greatest of all time, my father said he got to get past Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Dr. J before we even had this conversation. Them two. Because according to my father, those were the two greatest basketball players of all time. Yeah. Those two. And then when you look at everything that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has done from high school to the NBA, he still to this day has a claim to being the greatest of all time. Still to this day. Got that claim. And what's fucked up is he's done all of that and he's still thought of as number 3. But if you ain't that, debates can happen.
Yeah.
But within those debates and within how you're viewed through the lens of, you start to see them pushing people out. Like when you think about it, they starting to push Shaq out.
Yeah.
That's why Shaq got it every once in a while be like, nah, what the fuck y'all talking about?
Mm-hmm.
They starting to put Magic ass out by saying that Steph could come be the greatest point guard of all time. You fucking kidding me? He could be the best shooter of all time. Ain't no point guard like Magic. But they trying to push him with LeBron James and KD trying to push Larry Bird out that bitch. Ain't no way in hell. You could, Larry? Come on, fam. You try to put, you could tell now, like I could tell what my father was telling me when I was younger. You could tell when they trying to push somebody in. And it feels like to me, and so I basically ended by saying this. It feels like to me, they are trying to force Steph Curry into the top 10 conversation.
Yeah.
He got to talk to a couple other people before he even get that by ESPN's list standards. By his standards. All those people that saying that, you should have made them put out their top 10 before they even had this conversation. That's why I'm always like, put your top 10 down.
Yeah.
Having that conversation when they was mad at you about Manny Fresh.
Mm-hmm.
What did I tell them to do? Put your top 10 down. And you start seeing people put ties. Nah, nigga, it ain't no ties. That's how you know you trying to fit somebody in. They're trying to fit Steph Curry in the top 10. They're trying to fit him over certain people. I don't know why, but it ain't working for Bang. That man can be top 15. He could be that.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, no. Wow. I guess we ain't ending the news with this one.
What happened?
It's second time the podcast has ended on a death.
Who died? Please don't give me. Please don't say nobody bad. Please give me. Don't hurt me right now, bro.
According to reports, ex-Cowboys running back Marion Barber found 38 in his apartment.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. Bruh.
Wow. Wow.
Bruh.
Wow.
Come on, man.
Wow.
All right.
Let me read this article from Yahoo, man. Former barber died Wednesday, according to Clarence Hill of the Fort Worth Star Telegram. He was 38. He was reportedly found dead in his apartment by police who were there on a welfare concern. Not are not yet known.
Damn, man.
Wow. Former cowboy, former bear.
Yeah.
Um, Marion Barber.
Well, all righty then, bro.
Eesh. It's the
Rest in peace
second
to
week in a
Marion Barber,
row.
bro. That shit is crazy, bro.
Wow.
Damn. And come on, man. Jesus Christ, dog. Yeah. Hey, in threes, bro. In threes. Rest in peace to Master P's daughter.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to the cornerback from the Arizona
Big.
Cardinals.
Yes.
This shit is going crazy right now, man. Yeah, man. Alrighty, bro. Hate to end it off like that, but well, alrighty then. So yeah,
Damn.
let's end the pod. Present condolences to the
Yeah.
family. Go out to Marion Barber. Yeah. And y'all already know, man. Hey, before we let me brighten up the mood, bro. Let me brighten up the mood
Yeah,
before
because
we end this off. Before we end this off, fellas, this is a hot take, or this is just a take, or whatever it is that you want to take it as. Summer is here, fellas. Do not get pressured into wearing y'all shorts up higher than whatever makes you feel comfortable as a man. Okay? Just relax. Y'all ain't gotta. I know the I guess this trend is going out about hoochie daddy shorts
Hoochie
and
Daddy
all of
shorts.
this bullshit like
I went to
that.
go. I went to go try to purchase some Hoochie Daddy shorts.
And how'd that go for you?
I couldn't find no Hoochie Daddy shorts, but
It's okay.
short.
Don't get
Fuck.
pressured. I lost you that. Say it again.
I said no. I no wash your shorts. They fuck around and be some Hoochie Daddy shorts.
Yeah, but fellas, you know what I'm saying? I know summertime is here, short season is upon us, but don't feel pressure to wear y'all shorts up high as fuck because this is apparently what the ladies want to see. Anything a couple inches above the kneecap will do. All right, you ain't got to go no further than that. All right, right at the kneecap, an inch or two above the kneecap is good to go. You good. Your sexuality is intact. You're good. Anything in the middle of your thighs, bro, and they ain't swim trunks, don't play yourself out here, okay? All right.
Hey
So
man.
just continue to do what y'all doing. Buy the shorts that y'all want to wear, buy that y'all want to get, and wear them how y'all want to wear them. If you want to sag them a little bit so they don't look like hoochie daddy shorts, that's all good too. That's cool, bro. But don't feel pressured to wear y'all shit in the middle of y'all thighs because this is apparently what the ladies want to see. Don't play yourself.
Hey
All right?
man.
Other than that,
My
man,
wife loved my legs.
hey, my wife loves my legs too. I have hairy legs, and I don't have a problem with what I'm saying, shorter shorts. I mean, we're getting older, we're grown, you know what I'm saying? We've come a long way from wearing our shorts, you know what I'm saying, below our knees to the middle of our knees and wearing like long khaki shorts and shit like that, bro. We've come a long way. It's all good. It's okay to upgrade the style, you know what I'm saying? But you ain't gotta go crazy because niggas been wearing they shorts above the knees a little bit. That ain't no new thing. It's been like that. It ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't gotta go crazy with wearing them to the middle of like, I want to see that thigh meat. No, man. No, we ain't gotta do all that, dog. You ain't gotta show your thigh meat like that. Right above the kneecap, a little bit about 2 inches, maybe above the kneecap will do.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm gonna wear what the fuck I want, regardless. See, my hot take on that shit. My take on that is this, and I didn't have a hot take, but I'm glad that you brought this up. Um, my part of it, my part of that shit is the fact that people start questioning nigga sexuality over some goddamn shorts.
Facts.
Hey man, y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop questioning nigga sexuality over the smallest things. We all grown.
Yeah.
We all old. If a nigga want to wear some, if a nigga want to wear some goddamn hoochie mama shorts, or what is it, hoochie daddy shorts?
Hoochie
You want to wear
daddy
some
shorts.
hoochie daddy shorts? Wear some hoochie daddy shorts, man. Look,
Hoochie daddy and coochie daddy shorts is two different things, though. All right, look, check this
yeah.
out. Fuck that shit, bro. Don't wear your shit. I want to see that shit, bro. Above the
No,
up
I
close
don't.
to the.
I can tell you, I don't want to see them shits either. But I'm not calling you gay because you wearing some hoochie daddy shorts. Look, look. Used to rock the hell out of some hoochie daddy shorts. Now I know you might. George Daniel was a bad example because he was gay, but he was wearing them shorts before he came out. And
Yeah.
you know what niggas was doing? Daddy shorts with their ass too.
Yeah.
Tony Danza was out there wearing some hoochie daddy shorts, and Tony Danza ain't gay by any stretch of imagination. So a lot of your favorite your daddy probably had on some hoochie daddy shorts back in the day,
I could
and they
find
was
some
cut
old
off
pictures.
jeans. Matter of fact, they was cut off jeans that might have just got cut off a little bit too high, but he wore them shits at the picnic in 1983.
Basketball
He ain't
players
gay.
did it too. Basketball players did it too.
Right.
You go back and look at those, back in the early 80s and the 70s and shit like that. They shorts was really high. So I get it.
Yeah. So
I get it.
we'll start chill off with the trying to question nigga sexuality over goddamn shorts. Because if you questioning somebody's shit over some shorts, we probably need to question you for looking at this nigga. How you know? That's my hot take, man. So yeah, man. In a nutshell, make sure y'all coat. It's gonna be a great experience for y'all, man. You get to watch the Parkers all day.
Man, hell
You
no.
get to watch Precious on Sunday. You get to watch her talk show. You get to have one-on-one sessions with Monique and Daddy. And she love y'all for real. Just be ready to get that live in that compound in a suburb outside of Baltimore. And y'all ain't gonna never leave when y'all get there.
I'll do it for 2 weeks. You got to come bail me out after that. Some do pod. Make sure you rate, like, subscribe. Y'all already know, man. Subscribe to us on YouTube, the What Digital. Make sure you like us on Facebook at Some Do Pod. At Some Dude, join the group, hashtag Some Do Pod. Make sure you follow us on IG at Some Do Pod, at JR Bang, at Mike B _CHR, on Twitter at Some Do Pod. Yeah, man, cop that merch, and yeah. We outside. Summertime. We outside.
We out,
We
man.
outside. So what are we podding next Tuesday? We have to push a T-show next Tuesdays, no?
So we probably need a Monday or Wednesday.
Fuck it, we'll do it on Wednesday. We'll recap the Push a T show.
There we go.
And then we'll go from there. So yeah, we'll see y'all next Wednesday, man.
All right. Peace.
Sir.